What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Undead Survivor. Here today, I'm doing something completely different. No, this isn't a weapon build. This isn't something from The Walking Dead. This is something that I've wanted to do for quite a while, something a little different on my channel. Instead of doing weapon builds like I usually do, I want to do a trap instead. Yes, you heard me right, I'm building a trap. And this is a very cheap trap to make. Today, I'm going to show you how you can make a homemade minnow trap by 2 waste baskets, a couple of nuts and bolts, a hinge, and a little clip that you can get from a laminate or an ID badge. For the time when I was not making YouTube videos, I was thinking of other things that I could do on my channel. I could do my podcast, do vlogs, I can do some exploring, camping. This is basically a survival channel, so if I'm gonna be the Undead Survivor, I need to start doing some other tactics besides just making weapons. Some of my earliest memories in life, I remember walking around a pond, a little stream. My parents would take me to some of their paylaking. I would always wear like little overalls. I would barely touch the fish. I would get scared of the fish, but as I got older, I enjoyed fishing with a passion. Fishing has been one of the most relaxing, beautiful, peaceful moments in life that I'll always cherish. Especially I share with my family members, my little sisters in general. And hopefully one day soon, maybe on the channel, we can do some fishing videos. What actually really inspired me to do this video is that I have an uncle who has his own fishing channel, and it's really good stuff. Hopefully one day soon, me and him, we can do a fishing video. I do have friends who allow me to go fishing at their pond, show me a couple spots down by a creek. We have a couple of lakes right around my area, so hopefully I would love to do some fishing videos. But for me to be able to fish, I need bait, and the best kind of bait are minnows. And it's really a cheap build because I am using 2 waste baskets that I'm not even using. My mom got me these from Dollar Tree, so it's a really cheap build. A little latch from a coat hanger, got this little clip from a laminate that I found. Just drilled a hole in it so you can screw it on. Put a door hinge right in there, and I only made 1 bottom right here, as you can see. Hopefully capture it. I know it's kind of hard to look at with the whole thing being a mesh screening. It's not going to take long. It's not going to take a lot of money to build. It's a really cheap build, and I think you guys will have a lot of fun. Hopefully it works. That being said, let's get to the video.
Alright guys, so we're just going to start off with a simple basic wastebasket. You can get this at a Family Dollar. They're really cheap. We're going to try to find our centerpiece. We're going to cut out a hole in the bottom, and we're going to use the edging of the mesh to help find our hole. I just took a silver Sharpie and drew the outline of our hole, took some pliers to cut out the mesh. This little clip here is what's going to be connecting our trap together. I used a clip that connects to a shirt, then I drilled a hole in it. And then afterwards I took some washers and a nut and bolt to help connect it to the top piece of our trap. And the reason why I'm not doing step-by-step instructions is because, as you can see on the video, it's pretty self-explanatory of how to make it. The next step is that we're going to take our second wastebasket and we're going to add our hinge so that way the 2 trash cans connect together. What you're seeing on the side here is a piece of wire that I took from a clothes hanger. I just bent it into shape, added it to the top of our little wastebasket so that way our clip can attach something when we close it together. And on the bottom of our wastebasket, I went ahead and took some washers, nuts and bolts, and a hinge, so that way this is going to help connect our pieces together. On the bottom edge of my wastebasket, half the mesh is already sealed off, so I add some washer, nuts and bolt, and that's where I connected the hinge to. So if you go ahead and purchase a wastebasket, yours might be a little different from mine, so try to attempt it as best you can. Now what you're seeing is just a close-up of how I've done mine. I wanted to keep the hinge a little distance from the wastebasket so that way it has enough room to open and close. Now throughout the rest of this video, you can basically see how I've done each washer and hex nut. I do apologize for not setting up a list of stuff that you need and stuff that you need to use for this build. That's only because the washer and the hex nuts that I'm using is basically a bunch of scrap that I had in a box. I'm trying to get rid of it, so not really basic size and measurements, so I do apologize. While I was making this video, I didn't think it was necessary to show you guys how step by step of each hex nut and bolt that I use. But if this build does become a fail, we'll go back to the drawing board and go step by step and try to make it better improvements. It was definitely interesting doing something a little different besides doing a weapon build. If I'm going to become the Undead Survivor, I think I need to do some traps, some camping, some tactics to show you how to survive out in the woods or any sort of environment. I am still trying to improve on my videos, so I do think little small projects like this is going to help out a lot. If there are any other sort of traps or any sort of snares you want me to try out, please comment down below.
And that is how you make a homemade minnow trap. What's really unique about mine, I did base it off a normal minnow trap, but my end is the only thing that has a hole in it. Most minnow traps have a funnel on the end right here. So that way when they go in, it's hard for them to come out. So when I went ahead and did the hole here, right there wasn't going to be any tension with the mesh, but it's not enough for me to just push down, just kind of leave like a little bump right there. So my idea is to just make one hole, have the rope connect on this end, and then when it's time for me to pull the trap out, the minnows can just come right to the bottom where there is not a false bottom. If it does become a fail, we can definitely come back to it and make some modifications to it. Like I said, I definitely want to do more fishing videos. But hopefully soon. It's getting really warm here. It's actually 73 degrees today here in Ohio. And I'm really looking forward to springtime, and that's when the real fishing begins. I did get in contact with a buddy of mine who can help me find a couple of minnow holes. Hopefully this trap works. If not, then no big loss. It was a lot of fun to build. If it happens to not be a fail, we do have a tutorial video. Hope you guys like this little easy cheap build that I made. Spring's right around the corner, so I'm really looking forward to doing some outside activities. But while you're inside, why don't you go ahead and purchase some Undead merch. I mean, I got the sticker right here, I got the hat, I got the hoodie hanging up back there. I've got all sorts of cool designs. Getting ready to make some new ones. Hopefully we can do one for a fishing one. Thank you very much for watching Undead Survivor. Keep on surviving, guys. I will see you in the next one. Undead out.